Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lala50k. It's Keisha here again. I just thought I'd do another quick video about when I got my wisdom teeth taken out. I got that done at the beginning of April. Just to give people, like, I'm guessing, some tips on how the procedure went and how that all went for me. So I think for a while, for a couple of years, I was having issues with them and I was meant to get them taken out, and then I finally had another consultation with the hospital, and they advised that I should get them taken out because they were causing me so much problems. Basically, I was getting pains in the teeth in front of it. It was two teeth in front of the wisdom tooth. It was pushing on the nerves, so I think I went in, I think it was like the 12th of April to get the wisdom tooth taken out, and I'd done that under general anaesthetic. I was just too scared to be awake, to be honest with you guys. I had heard a horror story from one of my friends, and she told me how bad it was when she got her tooth taken out and she was awake. They gave her like pain relief. So they gave her like some anaesthetic to numb the area and all of that stuff, but she could feel everything that was happening. And I was just thinking, no way. And I'm guessing when you're an adult getting teeth taken out, it's a lot worse than when you're a child, because you've got your adult teeth, they're solid, they're strong. When you're a child, they're a lot more weaker, so it's easy to come out. And I'm guessing the downtime recovery time may not be as bad. And even in the process of me going to get it done, guys, I had a lot of fear in me. People wanting to tell me stories, and I'm thinking, I don't want to hear your stories before I get this done. And this is why I opted for the general anesthesia, because I was thinking there's no way I'm staying awake to get this procedure done and then I'm screaming or end up feeling some kind of pain. So I just decided to not stay awake. So yeah, so on the day I went with, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, on the day, I went with my mum. So she was there with me because I needed somebody to drive me home. So once you go into a certain part of the hospital, no one's allowed with you. So I went in that bit by myself, had to change into all the gown, everything like that. And then there was everybody else there that was getting their procedure done, that was getting put to sleep. And then I'm trying to remember everything in chronological order, so I don't want to miss anything, guys. Yeah, so okay, so yeah, so then I think they gave me like they asked me when I last ate and all of that kind of stuff. They gave me I think it was like a paracetamol. They gave it to everybody before we you know, went under. They ran through everything. They check if you have any like health conditions, all of that stuff. I'm guessing they done the general stuff that they would do if you was having any kind of op or surgery or anything like that. They went through all of that because they're putting you to sleep, and obviously going under general anesthetic is not a, you know, thing to play around with, because there are people that go under general anesthetic and do not wake up again. And obviously they wanted to know if there was any history of any blood clots in my family and any certain illnesses that, you know, could cause the general anesthesia to react in any kind of way. Obviously I was fine in regards to that. And then they what did they do after that? Then obviously they had to take like urine samples and stuff like that, just to make sure that like you're not pregnant or anything like that. And guys, I'm telling you, trying to wee was so difficult, because bearing in mind, I haven't drank since the day before, because they say not to drink anything past midnight, but to be honest with you guys, I did, because I was so thirsty. I had to take a sip of water, because the night before I had just gone to Drake's concert and I just finished screaming out my lungs and just having such a lit time. I was just like, yeah, I was thirsty by the end of it and all of that stuff. And yeah, so anyway, I'm ranting on and going off topic, so let's get back to it. So they they took the urine, all of that, because I was able to pee just a little bit. And then after that, they... Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, so after that, I was just there waiting for a while. I did like do a little vlog of when I was going in and all of that stuff, but I didn't end up, you know, like completing the whole day, but I'll explain why I didn't. Guys, I didn't get around to even explaining why I didn't upload the video of the whole day when I had my wisdom tooth taken out. The reason why I didn't upload the video is because I was feeling too sick to even record the whole process of when it all happened. As I will mention in the video later on, I ended up getting gastritis, and that was part of the reason. And plus, it took a while for my wisdom tooth to heal. It took me about 2 weeks to get back to work after all of that. So yeah, that's the reason why I didn't end up recording everything. But yeah, let's get back to it. So yeah, after that, little while after that, I think after going into that waiting area, before you go in to have the surgery done, I think I was there maybe for like an hour before being seen. I think I was one of the first people to go in. And then all I remember is obviously them telling me that they're ready, you know, then wheeling me round on the bed. And then we was in like it's like the pre-operative part of the theatre, where they like kind of prep you and all that stuff. The lady's there talking to me, and I'm just thinking, yeah, you're just talking to me like this because you're planning on putting me to sleep. I was so nervous, so nervous, but she's trying to make me feel all comfortable, chit-chatting with me, asking about what I do as, you know, what my job role is and all of that kind of stuff. And I was just like, you're trying to trick me. What are you trying to do to me? I was so nervous. And then she was just like, okay, you know, like, just be calm. You know, she's like, I'm just going to give you a little something just to make you a bit sleepy. But I have never been put to sleep as an adult, so I didn't know that was the thing that was actually putting me to sleep. Because she didn't even say a bit sleepy. The lady said to me she's going to give me something that's going to make me feel a bit drowsy. And I thought, okay, a bit drowsy, but then there's going to be something else coming after that which is going to put me to sleep. But I mean, that was the thing that put me to sleep. As soon as she put the needle into my hand, guys, and bear in mind, you know what, yeah, I've still got the mark. Can you guys see that little dot right there? I'm sure you guys can see. Is it? Am I pointing at it? Yeah, this dot, it hasn't gone, like, since they put that. Yeah, since they put it in my hand, like, it scarred me. Yeah. So she put the needle in my hand, and then she put the fluid in. And before literally instantly, I was feeling like, whoa, like I was floating, like, straight away. And before I knew it, all I remember next is someone calling me, Keisha, hey, like, wake up. And waking up on the bed, and I'm just like, like, you know, like, and then I'm just feeling like my throat's feeling super dry, like, just feel like someone was scratching my throat. Sorry guys, I'm back. The video cut out. Bear with me. God, straight. Yeah, so as I was saying, like, my throat was just really, like, itching me. I was coughing so much. I went around, and bearing in mind, when you get the procedure done, and I think it's any teeth you get taken out, so when you get the procedure done, they advise that you shouldn't drink for at least like 24 hours or so, just to allow you know, the hole to kind of form a clot. But I was choking so much that they had to offer me water, they had to offer me tea. It was just really bad. And then obviously when I went out, and then obviously I was on my way home, and then I had to like get a few, like, you know, stuff. My mum went to get me some stuff for my throat to suck on, but I felt like they just made me feel worse. So literally, I wasn't supposed to be drinking anything, guys, but I was drinking bare water and all of that. Okay, guys, yeah. So I'm going to try and move as quick as I can, because something wrong with my recording right now. But yeah, so I went home, everything like that. I was drinking a whole lot of water that day because I just couldn't stop choking. And then the next day I was hoping that, you know, still be in pain, but, you know, something I can deal with. And as I mentioned before, I was already feeling quite sick. Well, I'm not even too sure if I mentioned that, but I was feeling quite sick from before, where I'd had a loss of appetite and everything like that. So once my wisdom tooth was taken out, I was struggling to eat. Obviously, I couldn't really eat properly, and then all of a sudden I just started to get even more sick, to the point where I started to throw up and all of that kind of stuff. And that's when I found out that I had gastritis, and then yeah, it was just a disaster, and I was just sick for quite a while. And then after that, like a week later, it was almost a week later, I realized that I'm just in more pain in my mouth, and it wasn't getting any better. So I had to go back in to see one of the doctors, and they were just like, oh yeah, they think that I have a dry socket. That's what it is, a dry socket. And I was trying so hard not to get a dry socket, because I'd heard about that, because I read up about that before I even went in. And I was trying so hard, but obviously by me drinking and not allowing it to, you know, form a blood by me drinking and not allowing it to form a blood clot, that's obviously what happened. I ended up getting a dry socket. And then what they done was, obviously they cleaned it out, they put like some numbing stuff in it, and then they put a dressing over it, and that's basically what helped it heal. After that, I think within like that day, it started to feel better. The next day started to feel even better, and the day after that started to feel even better. Now I think it's kind of like fully healed over now. Yeah, guys, so one thing that I would advise when going in to get it done, if you need it done, is try and make sure that you've been eating loads before you even going to have this done. Because if you go through what I went through and you can't eat, you're going to end up dropping a lot of weight, like I did. And also I would say, obviously make sure you're fully hydrated from the day before, even days before, because I'm someone who drinks a lot of water, but I think that's why I got so dehydrated so quickly, I think. Or maybe it could have been because I was just screaming out my lungs the day before, who knows. But yeah, I was so thirsty, and obviously you don't know if you're going to have the issue that I had, where my throat got really dry, and then, you know, it was really itchy and you're choking, so that might end up causing you to want to drink water, and then you could end up getting a dry socket. So that's also something to bear in mind. Obviously, if you can withstand not drinking, you know, little bits of water while that is happening to you, it would be good, because obviously then you won't be affected by what I was affected by. So, and obviously going under general anesthesia, that is one of the side effects, because I've heard that happening to other people.
Hey guys, I know I said it was because of the general anesthetic, but it was actually because I had the tube down my throat while it was causing my throat to itch, and that is a side effect of having the tube down your throat.
And obviously that side effect is you choking and feeling like your throat is itching you. So yeah, I just thought I'd come in and tell my story and how it all happened. But yeah, those are just a few tips. And obviously please stack up on like soft foods, because if you do need to eat, it will have to be things that are really soft. Stay away from things like rice and stuff that can get stuck in the hole. I mean, they do stitch it up, but stuff can still get trapped in it, and obviously that can cause you to get an infection and stuff like that. So try and stay away from things like that. And I would say you can't really sleep fully flat once you've had it done. I feel like you need to have your head a bit raised, at least for the first couple days. And yeah, I hope this was informative. I hope it was helpful. Yeah, so that's my story of when I got my wisdom tooth removed and how that all went for me. I'm not too sure if I'm going to upload when I went to Drake's concert or not. I'm not too sure. I may not, because due to all of that copyright stuff, I may just leave that. But yeah, I've got a couple more videos coming for you guys soon. Feel free to comment in the comment area to let me know what you want to see next. Bye.